مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Good morning, students, and welcome to our new grammar lesson. This is Unit 7A, Follow the Clues, and this is Mr. Mohamed Abdel Fattah. Today's objectives are: first, to recognize the form and structure of second and third conditional sentences. Secondly, to recognize the form and structure of mixed conditionals formed by using the second and third conditionals. And finally, to rewrite statements using the form of conditional sentences. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's start our mission. First of all, let's have a look at the rules of the second and third type of conditional sentences, which are the basic target of today's lesson. This is the second conditional. First, let's look at the form. If is followed by past simple, and the main clause or the result clause should contain would or could plus the base form. Secondly, why do we use this type of conditional sentences? We use conditional sentences type 2 for unreal situations which are unlikely to happen in the present or the future. Examples: if I were you, I would study computer programming. As you can see, this sentence has the sense of advice. Another example: Nasser could buy a mansion, a huge house, if he had enough money. Of course, this is an unreal situation at the present time because actually Nasser doesn't have enough money at the moment. Next, we have got the third conditional. If or unless is followed by past perfect, which is had plus the past participle, then the main clause or the result clause should be would or could plus have plus the past participle. We use the third conditionals for several purposes. Let's look at the examples and work out the meaning. If they had saved enough money, they could have traveled abroad last summer. Of course, this is an unreal situation in the past. Actually, we are talking about what didn't happen in the past. The meaning is that they couldn't travel abroad because they hadn't saved enough money. Another sentence: if you had worked harder, you would have got a better position. Of course, this is some sort of criticism. And finally, we have got this final example, which conveys a different meaning. Unless I had arrived late, I wouldn't have missed the train to college. Of course, the meaning here gives some sort of regret. The speaker feels sorry about arriving late and the disappointing result of missing the train to college. Now, gentlemen, let's move ahead to deal with mixed conditionals. Dear students, these are exercises A and B on your students' books, page 101. Now, let's have a look at the examples on the left-hand side of the page. Sentence 1: if you used the rope, then you could climb up. Sentence 2: if my dad were the head of the police force. Gentlemen, usually with type 2 conditionals, we use were with a singular subject. If my dad were the head of the police force, he would take stricter measures against crime. A third example: I'd become a detective if I were you. This is the second table, which gives examples from type 3. Sentence 4: if his hands had been rough, he wouldn't have left these marks. 5: she wouldn't have crashed the car if she had been more careful. 6. If I'd known your address, I would have visited you. Now, gentlemen, let's answer these questions. Question A. Which set of examples refers to situations or events that could have happened in the past but didn't? What really happened in each of these examples? The examples are 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's get back to the answer of the second part of the question. What really happened in each of these examples? Sentence 4. If his hands had been rough, he wouldn't have left these marks. This means his hands weren't rough, so he left those marks. Sentence 5. She wouldn't have crashed the car if she had been more careful. Actually, what happened is that she hadn't or she wasn't careful, so she crashed the car. Sentence 6. If I'd known your address, I would have visited you. The truth is that I didn't visit you because I didn't know your address. I hope this answer and this analysis is clear enough. Now let's go on to question B. Which set of examples refers to something imaginary, unreal, or unlikely to happen in the present or the future? That's right. Very good answer. These are the examples from 1, 2, 3. Question C. Which example expresses regret? Amazing answer. It is sentence number 6. If I'd known your address, I would have visited you. Question D. Which example expresses opinion or advice? Brilliant. Brilliant answer. This is sentence 3. I'd become a detective if I were you. And finally, this is question E. Which example expresses criticism? It is 5. Very good. Well, if she had been more careful, she wouldn't have crashed the car. Thank you, gentlemen. Now let's move ahead to deal with exercise B. Look at the examples above again and complete the rule. I think it is now easy to fill in the rules. Conditional sentences type 2, if, amazing, plus past simple, plus would or could, plus very good, base form. This is the infinitive without to. Conditional sentences type 3, if is followed by very good, past perfect, plus would or could or might, plus have, plus the past participle. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's go ahead to deal with the following exercises. As you can see, gentlemen, this is exercise C, which contains regular statements, and we are asked to rewrite them as conditional sentences. Let's read together. Read the situations below and write conditional sentences type 2 or 3. At this stage of the lesson, gentlemen, I suggest you would stop it for 3 minutes till you think carefully about your answers. Now we can check our answers. Sentence 1. The police arrested the driver because he went through a red light. As you can see, gentlemen, this is a past situation, so we should use the third type of conditional sentences. This is a good answer. If the driver hadn't gone through a red light, the police wouldn't have arrested him. Sentence 2. I won't go to Italy on holiday this summer because I don't have enough money. Again, it is clear the speaker is talking about a situation related to the present and the future. So it is expected that we are going to use the second conditional. And here is our model answer. If I had enough money, I would go to Italy on holiday this summer. Sentence 3. I didn't go to Italy on holiday last summer because I didn't have enough money. The difference here is clear. In sentence 3, the speaker is talking about the past. So the model answer is very good. If I had had enough money, I would have gone to Italy on holiday last summer. Sentence 4. My brother broke his leg and missed the hiking trip. Again, it is clear that the speaker is talking about a past situation. So, the model answer is, if my brother hadn't broken his leg, he wouldn't have missed the hiking trip. Sentence 5. I don't worry about burglars because we have an alarm system. That's very good answer. If we didn't have an alarm system, I'd worry about burglars. Sentence 6. Janet exercises every day, and that's why she's so fit and healthy. Wonderful answer. If Janet didn't exercise every day, she wouldn't be so fit and healthy. And finally, sentence 7. The police didn't arrive at the bank in time, so the robbers got away. Brilliant answer. Very good work. If the police had arrived at the bank in time, the robbers wouldn't have got away. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much for your hard work. Let's go on to deal with our following task for today. These new types of conditional sentences, which are the mixed conditionals, might seem a bit confusing. The first type is if plus past simple. Of course, this is second conditional, plus would or could have plus the past participle. This is a mixed conditional because it relates the past to the present. Let's have a look at the example. If I lived in the city, this is the present situation. This means that I don't live in the city at the moment. I would have got a good job. Of course, the speaker hadn't got a job in the past. So the mixture here is type 2 plus type 3. The following type is mixed conditionals type B. The form is if plus past perfect plus would or could plus the base form. Look at this example. If she had done well on her exams, this means she didn't do well on her exams in the past. She wouldn't be so depressed. Of course, she is so depressed at the present time. The structure here is type 3 plus type 2. I hope this presentation is clear, gentlemen. Now let's proceed to deal with our exercises in our student's book on page 101. As you can see, dear students, these are exercises D and E. First, let's deal with exercise D. Read the sentences below and answer the questions that follow. Sentence A. If I were a few centimeters taller, the coach would have chosen me to play in the basketball team. B. If we hadn't missed the flight, we would be on a beach in the Caribbean now. Now, let's answer the questions. As you can see, gentlemen, these sentences are related to mixed conditionals. Question 1. In which sentence does the if clause refer to the past, and in which sentence does it refer to an unreal present? That's right. Sentence B refers to the past, but sentence A refers to an unreal present. Good job, gentlemen. Question 2. In which sentence does the main clause refer to the past, and in which does it refer to an unreal present? That's very good. In sentence A, the main clause refers to the past. Meanwhile, in sentence B, it refers to an unreal present. Now, let's deal with question 3. Which two different types of conditional sentences were combined to create these mixed conditionals? Very good answer. In sentence A, we used type 2 in the condition and type 3 in the result clause or the main clause. And in sentence B, we used type 3 in the condition and type 2 in the result clause or the main clause. That's very nice, gentlemen. Now, let's deal with our final exercise for today, which is exercise E. Choose the mixed conditional sentence which has the same meaning as the given sentence. Sentence 1. Greg didn't pass his driving test, so he can't borrow his dad's car yet. Very good, gentlemen. This is a very good analysis. If Greg had passed his driving test, he would be able to borrow his dad's car. Sentence 2. Tina is generally absent-minded. Yesterday, she left her mobile in a clothes shop. Amazing final answer. Very good. If Tina weren't so absent-minded, she wouldn't have left her mobile in a clothes shop. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm really impressed by your hard work and participation. Thank you very much for that, and let's hope to see you in our following lessons. Thank you and goodbye.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.